Not only does as CNN anchor Don Lemon have a new book coming out, but today he himself has come out. His memoir is called Transparent, and he joins me now. Welcome to my show, Don. I just love you too.
Can I tell you, Joy?
Oh, it's going to be a love fest.
Oh, it's going to be a love. I love you, Joy Behar. I watch you every day because you know what? You have a sense of humor, and you have to have a sense of humor about all things, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what keeps marriages together.
Absolutely.
It's certainly not sex. Now, what do I say to someone who's just come out besides congratulations?
I guess so. You know, it's funny because people have been sending me tweets and messages saying, do I say congratulations for being who you are?
Yes.
You know?
For saying who you are in public.
But I'd have to say at this point, we should say congratulations.
Definitely.
Because it's a milestone. You have to get to a certain point in order to be comfortable enough to do this. And then sometimes you're not that comfortable, so you just need to push yourself to do it.
Right. But any particular reason why now?
Well, it was part of writing the book. It just sort of came out of writing the book, and I didn't say, oh, I'm going to go in and write a book. Someone approached me to write a book. It was supposed to be this little pamphlet about, you know, brush your teeth, shake your boss's hand, have a firm handshake, smile, be the first one in the office.
Oh, how to be successful.
How to be successful. And I started writing it, and I said, you know what, there are enough of these books around. You know, who needs me to say that? And I started writing about my childhood and who I am, and it became cathartic.
It just started coming out of you.
It just started coming out of me, and so the more I started writing about it, I was nervous, and I could have taken it out at any point. But then, you know, when the student at Rutgers University killed himself, I said, leave it in there.
The one who was being observed.
Tyler Clementi, yeah.
Yes, and then they put it out and humiliated the boy.
Yeah, and so I said, leave it in there. And because there shouldn't have to be people like him, and if I had had someone like me who had chosen to live their lives out and proud, there'd be no need for the Tyler Clementis of the world or for teenagers to want to kill themselves because they're concerned about their
that's why what you're doing is worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
And they see a successful, gorgeous dude like you who says, listen, this is what I am.
What are you trying to do, Joy?
I'm trying to come on.
Are you hitting on me?
I'm hitting on you. You know, once somebody comes
Didn't you read the book, Joy? Obviously, you haven't read the book, no.
No, I did. I didn't read the whole thing, but, you know, I read a lot of what I can. Anyway, there's a lot of homophobes out there, though. Yeah. Now, you have an audience.
Who are you telling?
I know. And so do you think it's going to hurt you at all professionally, or do you care, or what?
You know, I would say I cared yesterday, right? But
you cared yesterday?
I cared yesterday before it happened. And I don't know if care is the right word for today, because I feel like whatever happens from this point on, what will be will be. And if the broadcast industry, if there's not enough room for a gay anchor, gay black anchor, or whatever it is, then my career will transform into something else. I will be successful, and I will prosper at something else. And I think that's a lesson in this, especially to young people. Is that all you have to do is just keep moving, just stay in the game, and you know that because that's what you did. Just stay in the game and stay alive. So if it doesn't work out that I'm not, you know, the anchor man and the main guy on CNN or whatever, then something else will happen and I'll be fine.
Do you think that other news people, male and female, will come out as a result of this?
I don't know if it's as a result. I think every little bit helps. Drip, drip, drip. Everything helps. I'm not saying they should. It would be great if they did, quite honestly.
How would they do it, though, if they don't have a book? I always think, how are they going to do it? Go on TV and say, I'm gay today? You
just
know,
tweet it.
And other news,
just tweet
Trump
it.
is not running for president?
Just do what I did last night when the New York Times article came out. I tweeted it to the people, and I said, hey. And so you can, I mean, I'm just joking, just tweet it. But I think it's...
Tweet it, that's interesting.
I think it's just important to live your own truth in your own being, in your own life. And if someone asks you the question in an interview or in any format, just say yes, next question.
Now, you know, I know that you're an objective news person.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have people sit there with you like Rick Santorum, who seems like a big homophobe, and others, because they're running for president or whatever, and we'll talk about gay marriage, etc. How do you feel that you'll be able to handle that easily?
Well, I can talk about President Obama and be objective, and I'm a black man. I can talk about having a mortgage and having your house not being worth what it was 3-4 years ago and be a journalist.
Right.
I don't think just because I'm gay that it takes my brain away.
Right.
Or it makes me not be objective. I've been doing this job for a long time, and I've been objective, and I think I've been fair. And I'm human, and if I make a mistake and I go too far in something, then I'll just apologize and I'll move on. People who are heterosexual do that.
Yes.
I mean, you know, you cover issues that probably have to do with being a Jewish woman or what have you.
I'm Italian, but
the woman.
whatever.
Sorry, I'm
no,
sorry.
People think I'm Jewish.
You know why I
no
said
matter
that?
what I say.
It's because of our conversation before this.
Which
That's why I thought.
During the break?
Yeah.
But
that's
I
right.
happen to be Italian. What
Yeah,
is
I know.
it? I mean, I say it constantly. I'm Italian. No one believes me. You know, a few years ago,
woman.
Don, I got a call, Happy Hanukkah. I said, Ma, I'm not Jewish. Okay, now tell me about...
I say you're every woman. We were having that conversation before. That's why I said
Tell me about the down low. I must hear about the down low.
You know, I have to tell you, I don't really know about the down low because I haven't played that game. I know of it.
What is the game? Explain it to me.
It's because in black culture, the worst thing you can be really is a gay man, right? A gay black man. That's the worst thing you can be. So you're afraid that black women won't accept you, your family, the church, people you're, and then, you know, every other gay person who's not black has to deal with the other things. But you have that whole thing in the church especially. You have to deal with that, and that's very important as a black person. That's your base. Those are your people. Your Italian people. Those are your peeps, right? And so
a lot of cultures though are like that, not just the black community.
Well, it's even, I'm here to tell you, in the black community it's worse, and hopefully it's getting better. Hopefully people like me will make it better, but I think it's sort of the vestiges of discrimination and slavery and thinking that if you're gay, that you're effeminate or that you're not a man or weaker, right? And nothing at all. I don't want to be a woman. I'm not effeminate. You know, I'm not weak at all. Certainly ask anyone who works with me or who knows me or has to date with me. Who has to date me. So I'm not weak at all. So I just think that's part of it, and that the black community especially needs to get over that. And I can't speak for other communities because I'm not that.
Yes, of course. I understand. That's interesting. And the down low, is the down low really where you're really posing as a hetero in your personal life? Is that what, but then you really go on the side and get your needs
It's a double life.
done?
It's a double life where
so you don't feel you were ever in that?
No.
No.
And let me tell you, that just doesn't happen in the black community. It's more prevalent in the black community, but it happens in all cultures and all races and even of different religions from different countries.
I like how you said God made you this way.
I was born gay just as I was born black.
Exactly. It's not a choice. People have to get with the program.
If it was a choice, then I would have decided when I was a kid or when I prayed all those years that I would change. If it was a choice, something would have happened, I would have changed. It's not a choice.
Right.
Julia.
Okay. We'll have more with Don Lemon in just a minute. Don't go away. I'm back talking to CNN anchor Don Lemon about his memoir, Transparent, and why he decided to come out. I don't like to say out of the closet.
I was never really in the closet.
You weren't, so
no,
it doesn't make any sense. Come out to America.
But can I thank you?
Sure.
Because all day, this is the first time I've laughed. So thank you, Joy Behar.
It's
thank you for making me
pleasure.
smile and having a sense of humor.
You should always have that, Don. You should not be constricted and feel bad about yourself in any way.
Yeah.
You're a winner.
We should go on the road together.
We will. We'll get another show together, you and I. Okay. Now, there's a part in the book that's serious about the childhood molestation. And I don't want people to think that because you were molested as a child, that's why you're gay. People put those together sometimes.
Even journalists today were asking me. Now, in the article, it didn't say if you thought that you were gay because you were molested. I'm like, no, the two have nothing to do with each other. And most predators are heterosexual anyway. And
that's true.
They choose children of the opposite sex. So
well, they also choose children of their sex because it's all about power.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
But no, it's something that people get mixed up. I mean, remember years ago they used to think that if you were a domineering mother, then you would have a gay son.
Yeah.
These kinds of things, these things are gone. It's all about this now, that you're born this way.
And if you were around girls too much, it's like it's going to rub off. It's like, really, come on. That's not going to happen. But I think it's because people want some way to explain being gay. Oh, you're gay because of this, and not just because it is who you are naturally.
Do you think that if people would just get that it's not a choice, that this is the way people are born, that the black community and other communities that eschew this type of lifestyle would change their minds?
I think it would be great if people would get that, right? But I think I would just be happy with allowing people to live their lives and to do as whatever you think the higher power says, whatever you think it's God or Yahweh or whoever you think it is, live and let live and not judge. I would just be happy with that. And if we really abided by what our Constitution says and what this country was built on, is that everyone has the right to be who they are.
That's true.
Yeah.
But people do stand in your way.
Yeah.
You know, you also talk about facing racism in your book. Now, we were talking previously to this interview with about Donald Trump, you know, who's now saying he's not going to run for president. And Bob Schieffer famously said that Donald Trump was being racist when he was positioning himself with the birthers.
Yeah, I think he said this whole thing is tinged with or veiled in racism or something that he said. You know, I had Donald Trump on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a night that Osama bin Laden was killed.
Oh,
so
yeah. Not a good night.
Not a good night for that. But I did have him on the show earlier, and then the president came out later, and I talked to him about it.
The president came out too? Kidding. Okay, go ahead.
That's the breaking news. Let me tell you. Okay, that's in the book. No, I had Donald Trump on, and I said to him, and I think he really started to think about it. I said, Mr. Trump, are you aware of the prejudices in this culture and the assumptions about African Americans? And he said, you know, what do you mean? And I said that they're not as smart as white Americans. And by doing this, by questioning the president's education, that you are perpetuating
and what did he say?
That myth. And he goes, well, I've always, you know, my black, no, I think he said, my black friends just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And he just went on with his argument.
Okay, his book is called Transparent. We'll be right back.